12,000 years ago, long before the wheel was invented or a single seed of grain was planted, enormous stone circles rose toward the sky on the barren hills of what is now Şanlıurfa in southeastern Turkey. Göbekli Tepe. More than an archaeological site, it is a riddle powerful enough to shake the foundations of human history. In the late 1980s, local farmers plowed these hills every season. Their plows kept striking odd fragments of carved limestone, strange figures that drew curiosity but no serious attention. For years, those finds were nothing more than whispers of an old graveyard in village coffee houses. Then, in the summer of 1994, German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt heard those whispers while surveying mounds in the region. A specialist in the Neolithic period, he recognized at once that the finely worked limestone fragments were anything but ordinary. These stones were far too monumental to belong to a simple burial. Once excavation permits were granted, Schmidt and his team sank their first trenches. Just a few inches below the surface, a massive T-shaped pillar emerged, unlike anything ever seen. And it wasn't alone. The stones formed giant circles, their surfaces alive with carvings of wild animals. Radiocarbon dating delivered the real shock. These stones were from 10,000 BCE, about 12,000 years old. Until that moment, our story of civilization seemed straightforward. First agriculture, then permanent settlements, and only afterward, temples and organized religion. Göbekli Tepe turned that sequence upside down. Here stood a sanctuary built thousands of years before the first wheat field. As excavation reports spread through academic journals, debate ignited. Some called it the world's first temple. Others saw an enigmatic ritual center whose true purpose we may never fully grasp. Whatever the answer, Schmidt's discovery forced us to ask again the oldest question. Did humans first gather for food or for faith? Each of the giant T-shaped pillars stands 5 to 7 meters tall and can weigh up to 20 tons. There were no bronze chisels, no steel saws, yet these stones were cut with astonishing precision and hauled from quarries kilometers away. How this was achieved remains an open mystery, a direct challenge to every assumption about Stone Age engineering. Look closely at the carvings. Foxes, serpents, cranes, scorpions, wild boars. Some pillars bear stylized human arms, as if the stones themselves were colossal human figures. Scholars debate whether these images record the constellations or mark a prehistoric calendar. The arrangement of the circles, 10 to 30 meters across with twin central pillars, shows no trace of hearths, trash pits, or dwellings. People did not live here. They came here, it seems, only for ceremonies. For that reason, many describe Göbekli Tepe as the world's oldest known temple. It proves that long before the plow and the village, hunter-gatherers were capable of complex cooperation and of building a sacred place. Perhaps the need for shared meaning, rather than the need for food, was what first bound humans into enduring communities. Even more curious, each ring was deliberately buried under layers of earth before a new circle was built nearby. This suggests cyclical rituals. each generation closing one sacred space and creating another. The pillar's silent bestiary may be more than art. It could be an ancestral record of seasons, stories, or celestial events. Göbekli Tepe pushes the origins of both faith and engineering thousands of years further back than anyone expected. And beneath the soil lie many more circles still untouched, perhaps holding secrets that will again rewrite what we think we know. This discovery launched a revolution in our understanding of ourselves. Archaeologists once believed religion was a byproduct of farming and complex society. Göbekli Tepe says otherwise. Here belief may have come first. The urge to gather around a sacred center could have driven humans to settle, and only afterward to farm. Faith, not food, may have been the spark of civilization. No traces of ancient agriculture appear at the site. No fields of grain, no permanent homes, only the stone rings and the echoes of ritual. The hypothesis, temple first, then farming, unsettled scholars, but opened a bold new view. That religion and the search for meaning are not late luxuries of human culture. They are among its most ancient engines. Some researchers even suggest that the animal carvings encode celestial events, meteor showers, the passage of comets, a primitive sky calendar. Others believe each circle's deliberate burial marks the close of a cosmic cycle. Whether or not these speculations prove correct, they all point to the same revelation. 12,000 years ago, humans were not merely surviving, they were reflecting, planning, and dreaming. For many scientists today, Göbekli Tepe is the 0 point of civilization. It shows that our species has always been driven by more than hunger or fear. Perhaps what makes us human is the need to believe first and to build afterward. Today, Göbekli Tepe is no longer silent. In 2018, it was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List, recognized as the shared heritage of all humankind. A modern visitor center, raised walkways, and protective canopies allow travelers to walk among the ancient stones. Yet every step carries the weight of secrets still buried. Excavations have revealed only a fraction of the site. Geophysical surveys show dozens of circles still hidden beneath the earth, waiting to be uncovered. Each new ring may hold clues to humanity's earliest rituals and social bonds, clues that could again reshape our story. Protecting the site is a delicate balance. After 12 millennia underground, the pillars face wind, moisture, and the constant presence of visitors. Scientists and conservators work to welcome the world while safeguarding the stones from decay. Göbekli Tepe has already leapt beyond academic journals. Documentaries, novels, even popular culture seize upon its mystery. To some, it is evidence of a lost civilization. To others, it is simply the first sacred place in our collective memory. Each interpretation, whether sober or speculative, brings us face to face with our own need for meaning. Perhaps the greatest message of Göbekli Tepe is how deep and how ancient the human search for purpose truly is. These silent rings of stone tell us that our hunter-gatherer ancestors were not only surviving, they were asking the same questions we ask today. From across 12,000 years, the stones still whisper, "Who are we? Where do we come from? And what legacy will we leave behind?"